There have never been so many changes to progressive jackpots lately. Fewer life-changing jackpots, yet almost every video slot machine has grands, majors, and more. Let's go over a systematic approach on how to win them. 30% of slot machines were progressives within a casino only 5 years ago. Now that's closer to 100%. I'm sure you've seen video slot machines with grand and major jackpots that constantly grow. A slot machine is considered progressive when a portion of the bets placed on it increases its maximum jackpot and other jackpots, but not all of them. When a progressive jackpot is first initiated or after being won, it has a minimum amount. Starting with this initial jackpot, it progressively grows as the slot machine is played. Each progressive jackpot on the machine increases by a percentage of whatever is bet. For example, a $1 bet may increase the grand progressive jackpot by a quarter, while the major only grows by a dime. A common misconception is that progressive slot machines always include a group of slot machines with a shared jackpot. Instead, it is not uncommon for a progressive jackpot to be available only on a single slot machine. Its whole network is one machine. Yes, a group of progressive slot machines can be networked together. The physical extent of a network of machines included in a progressive jackpot can vary widely, including standalone, in-house, in-chain, and wide area. Let's talk about wide area progressives with significant jackpots in the hundreds of thousands of dollars or into millions of dollars. Their network can be spread across an entire gaming jurisdiction like Nevada. But nowadays it is far more common to see standalone and in-house progressive machines. These smaller networks are easier for a casino to set up themselves. Anything with larger networks starts becoming problematic due to the likelihood of low customer satisfaction and legal liability issues. There are two approaches to winning on progressive slot machines. One, treat it like a non-progressive slot machine and try to win its smaller non-progressive jackpots. Or two, deliberately try to win its progressive jackpot. If taking the first approach, see my other winning slot strategies, but beware that most progressive machines have significantly lower odds of winning, as can be seen in Mississippi return statistics where progressive machines are separated out by denomination. This general trend should be expected in your state. Here's how to win the progressive jackpot on a progressive slot machine. Play it as it approaches the maximum progressive jackpot allowed when it must pay out. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Winning progressive jackpots is simple, but neither quick nor entirely easy. It takes time and patience. Why? Because you usually need to figure out that maximum limit, which means watching others win that progressive jackpot a bunch of times. That's a lot of careful watching. If someone wins at another casino, all you'll see at your casinos is the progressive jackpot dropping to its initial amount. But the smaller the network, the smaller the progressive jackpot, and the easier it is to figure out its maximum. That's where standalone progressive jackpots of a few $100s and in-house progressive jackpots of a few $1,000s come in. Yes, your payout from a standalone or in-house progressive will be smaller than any wide area network, yet that payoff comes sooner and is more likely. The more extensive the network, the bigger the progressive jackpot, the bigger the team. But the smaller the network, the fewer people playing on it. It may only be you if it's a standalone progressive machine. That's good. Smaller networks mean smaller progressive jackpot, but it also means fewer slots enthusiasts trying to win it at any one time. And with fewer people playing, your odds of winning improve. How much do progressive jackpots never go under? How much do they never seem to go over? Remember that all progressive jackpots on a machine are not won simultaneously. Based on observations at my local casinos, a standalone progressive quarter machine might reset to $1,000 and have a maximum at $1,200. What is it for others? Well, that's what you need to learn. How do you proceed? First, pick a collection of progressive slot machines you pass by regularly. You're looking for different networks of progressive slot machines on which you can afford to make maximum bets eventually. Every time you pass by, note the size of its progressive jackpots. If the jackpot has decreased, someone won, so your last noted jackpot size was a possible maximum. As time goes by and you see it again later, keep noting the jackpot size. When the jackpot next decreases, compare your last noted jackpot to your temporary maximum from before to see if you have a new maximum. Do this as many as half a dozen times. This process will likely take multiple visits. Be aware your observations could take 6 months to accomplish. accomplish. This is where patience is vital. But there is a shortcut at some casinos for some progressive slot machines. Some casinos have a few progressive machines with a must-hit by or must-pay by amount shown in small letters below each progressive jackpot. What? They tell you? Yes, but not all progressive slot machines have these labels, and some casinos don't have any progressives labeled this way at all. But because it is a huge time saver, check. Have you ever sat next to someone who won a progressive jackpot and mentioned they knew it was about to happen? It could be because they did the work, especially when they tell you beforehand. And now they've reaped the reward. If your casino doesn't have must-win-by labels on any slot machines or only a few machines that are constantly in use by other slots enthusiasts, you'll need to figure out what it is by yourself. Yes, it might take 6 months, but do you have anything better to do? However, doing this simultaneously for most progressive slot machine networks in a single casino is efficient. Why? Because at the end of the 6 or so months, you've got a good idea of the maximum jackpot for every one of them. I recognize that 6 months is a lot of time. That time is an investment. Slot enthusiasts who regularly win progressive jackpots are specialists. Use this approach for standalone and in-house progressive jackpots where the entire team might just be you and a few of your friends. The progressive jackpot will not be as massive, but your individual share should be larger than it would be if you were on a large team going after a life-changing progressive jackpot. Once you've figured out the progressive jackpot's must-hit by amount, even when the machine isn't labeled with it, then you get to decide when you want to play. Wait too long for the jackpot to get too close to its must-hit by amount, and somebody else might win it. Play too soon, and you won't make as much profit. That's where the decision lies. The closer it is to the must-win by amount, the less you spend to win it, and therefore the larger your profit. Now maybe you want to know my other winning strategies for slots enthusiasts. In this playlist right here, I explain each. So if it is important to you to win or win more at slots, click the playlist you see on your screen right now to get details on how to take advantage of your casino instead of the other way around. So click this playlist, and I'll see you in the next one.